I'm going to talk about making Bella's meds. This is Bella right here. She's a stage 4 cancer survivor of lymphoma. It's been nearly 2 years. Actually, it's been just over 2 years since she's been diagnosed. The vet's only ever seen another animal, and it was a dog that survived for a year with that kind of diagnosis. So it's been pretty amazing. It's been incredible. And I'm going to show you some of the meds that helps her survive.
But first, let me give you guys a little background on just how dire this situation actually was with Bella.
Well, if any of you are ever given the horrible news that your cat or dog has cancer, don't give up. Don't just accept what the vet tells you. Literally, our vet told us Bella would be dead in a month. And I'm not going to lie, she was literally dying. There's no doubt in my mind. She's a smaller cat, about 7 pounds. That's her normal weight. She got down to 5. You could see all the bones in her spine. She was dying. She was so weak, she couldn't really walk around. We literally had to hold her to use the bathroom in the litter box. And she would just lay down. We created a really comfortable environment for her, where we had her laying on a heating pad, and then we had a black light lamp over her. She's a sphynx, so in general, she runs cold. They always seek out warmth. So we had her covered in blankets, covered in a heating pad, a heat lamp. You know, bringing her food to her, bringing her water to her, taking her to the litter box, and this was basically what we were doing for weeks. I'd come home from work and then I'd just lay next to her and spend hours with her because I didn't know how much time I'd have, so I wanted to spend the rest of the time with her. There was even a moment where we literally looked into in-home euthanization because it just wasn't looking promising, and we didn't really want her to suffer anymore. So that was the route we were going to take. We did a photo shoot with our last pictures that we would ever have with her. I'll show you guys some of the pictures here. But, you know, like I said, though, I never accepted what the vet said. So after the diagnosis, I spent hours on the internet for days just researching in all my free time on, because I know there have been stories of, you know, not only people but pets that survive cancer. So defying all the odds, I wasn't just going to sit by and hope for the best. I felt like I had to take action. So that's basically what this is pretty much the result of that. Because it's a pretty time-consuming process, you want to make these in bulk. So I like to make 1 to 2 weeks worth at a time. And the whole process is probably going to take anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. So you'll see we have quite a few different medications right here, quite a few different products. So as a base, we want to use chicken broth. This just makes it taste better, so it's a little easier for her to take the medicine, and it's also good for her cat joints. In addition to that, we have the cat doctor prescribed Prednisolone. This is really important for her to take. We have omega-3 fatty acids. This is just good for health benefits in general, but it also supposedly does help cats with cancer. Next, we have colloidal silver. This has anti-cancer fighting properties. Also, Cbd oil. This is something that we introduced about a year in after she's been diagnosed. So I don't really credit this with treating and curing the cancer, but I don't think it hurts. So it's definitely a good thing to add in as well. The main products, by the way, are these NHV products. Phelan, Nature's Immuno. These are different medicinal mushrooms. ES Clear and Tripsy. They make quite a few other products as well. The majority of these are in their cancer-fighting pack for lymphoma. So if you go to their website, you can search your pet's condition, whether it's a dog or a cat, and then what kind of condition they have. So for example, Bella with the lymphoma cancer, they have a 4-ingredient pack that you can get, and there's also some different things that, you know, some of these products I've just been experimenting basically, because there's nothing really in stone that says this is what you have to take to cure your cat for cancer, and a lot of people don't even think there's a cure. But the fact that Bella's still healthy, it's been over 2 years, there's no doubt in my mind that these products help prolong her life. So the way you want to administer the meds, I got these 5-milliliter syringes, and they're slip tip. And I'll show you in the video later of me actually giving her her meds. If you know anything about giving cats medicine, by the way, it's probably about the hardest thing there is out there to do. And it took me a lot of trial and error. It used to be very frustrating for both me and Bella to try to give her the meds. She wasn't happy, and it was really just frustrating, and because I wanted to make sure I could give her the meds, but I was honestly probably giving her maybe 10% of what I was trying to as she was foaming out the mouth. But I'll show you later in the video on how I was able to actually get her to take the meds. In fact, usually when I give them to her, I don't even waste a drop. So just to start off, we do want to put a little bit of this chicken broth as a base in each one of these ice cube trays. Okay, next off, we're going to add the colloidal silver. I usually do, what would be basically about a half a dropper full. That would be for each dosage she takes. And remember, she takes this twice a day. And then the Prednisolone. What I like to do for Bella is give her about between a third and a half dropper full. Alright, so that's her Prednisolone. Gave her the colloidal silver. Omega-3 fatty acids. Just want to use a couple drops of this, about 3 drops, 3 to 4 drops. Alright. Now the CBD oil here. I was using Charlotte's Web, and then I decided to try this newer product, MedTerra. I got this at the local farmer's market. So this actually has a coconut oil base. And serving size, 1 dropper is 1 milliliters, 30 servings per container, 99% pure CBD isolate at 10 milligrams. So essentially, what we're going to do here, she's going to get her 10 milligrams a day, 2 5 milligram dosages. I can never have enough coffee. Okay, now the star of the show are these NHV products. You want to make sure you shake these up really well. Each of these products contain a whole slew of different herbs. And basically, each day, she's literally going to get a half a milliliter. So if I fill this whole thing up, that's enough for 2 days, 4 different dosages. This one, by the way, ES Clear. This contains burdock root, sheep sorrel, slippery elm bark, and Chinese rhubarb. Yeah, and the ingredients, by the way, for dogs and cats says twice daily. Follow weight chart below, between 1 and 15 pounds. Bella's 7 pounds, by the way. Pretty small cat. She's always been a small cat, though. So the next one, Nature's Immuno. This is the one with the medicinal mushrooms, by the way. This one has turkey tails mushroom, reishi mushroom, cordyceps, agaricus, and shiitake. Alright, next on the docket, Phelim. It's a St. John's wort flower, turmeric roots, aloe vera juice, alfalfa, burdock root, cat's claw, asha root, dandelion root, gotu-kola herb, usmia herb, myrrh, and golden seal root. Alright, last but not least, product called Tripsy. That consists of stone roots, parsley pear roots, wild hydrangea roots, guava roots, echinacea, marshmallow roots, and Oregon grape roots. Alright, so now that we got all the ingredients in this ice cube tray, I'm going to kind of mix it up a little bit here. Alright, and then just fill up each of these syringes. Try to get every last drop as best you can. Obviously, there's going to be some residue on the bottom of each of these cubes in the tray, but just do your best to try to get every drop of these very important ingredients. Like I said, it was initially really hard to administer the medication, but I got a routine, a certain way that I give her the meds that you'll see later in the video. So we've been consistent. You know, every once in a while, you know, maybe we skip a morning or an evening, but I'd say 95% of the time she is getting her meds morning and night every day, and that's been going on for over 2 years now. So no doubt in my mind this has helped. She was actually at the vet a week ago. Doctor very impressed that she's very healthy. That's also when the doctor said he's only seen one other animal with this kind of diagnosis that survived. It was a dog, survived for about a year. So he's never seen anybody like Bella. And I don't know what the dog was doing as far as like if his owners got him certain medications or not. But, in case you're wondering, Bella, she doesn't have any fur. She's a sphynx. She's supposed to be bald. So it's not some aggressive chemo treatment we're giving her. This is actually what she's supposed to look like, if you're wondering. But anyway, there's no doubt in my mind that all this stuff has helped. It continues to help. At the end of the day, who knows how long she's going to be with us, how much longer, or who knows how long any of us are going to be here realistically. But if something were to happen to her later, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with, just because it's something that, you know, something may eventually happen to her just because she is getting older as a cat. But having that extra time and knowing we're doing everything in our power to help her survive, you know, it's going to be a lot easier of a pill to swallow in the future if something does happen to her, whether it's related to a cancer, if it ever comes out of remission, or if it's just some other health complication that's not even related to this down the road. Just knowing we had that extra time, it's going to be a lot easier to cope with down the road. So anyway, if your pet's given a diagnosis like this, just don't accept that as a reality that this is going to happen, month to live. Just don't accept that, like I did, and you know, do some research. You know, maybe get some of these products or something similar. And if that ever happens, I hope the best. I hope you get a result like Bella. I really do. Hey guys, so this is the best way to get Bella her meds. You gotta sit her down just right, putting your hand under here. Just get her comfortable. Get her comfortable sitting. Then I usually will hold one of her paws here because she'll try to swap the syringe away. Hold her head up. And then just get this between her big cat tooth right behind her canine tooth. And just take your time when you administer it. You'll see she licks it up. Let you really relax right now, not trying to fight it or anything, like most cats would when you try to give medication. So you just got to be calm with her. So you didn't even spill a drop. And then you want to just wipe her little cat mouth here. And when you're done, just give her a kiss and set her aside to go on with her day. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. One of the reasons why I went this route, by the way, instead of the chemo, which is an option, my wife's friends, or my wife's coworker's cat actually was diagnosed with cancer as well. They went the chemo route. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for them. The cat passed within a month. I've always been more of the kind of guy that would want to go the natural route, not necessarily the medically established route that sometimes those treatments seem to do more harm than good, and maybe they work, maybe they don't. I've always been trying to, I figured nature has given us all this stuff that you can use to heal yourself, whether you're a person or an animal, and that's the route I took. That's what actually benefited Bella. And in general, since I am into health-related stuff, I'll be doing more health-related things on this channel. If you're curious, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.